recording now?
I am.
Oh, you're recording now? Mm-hmm. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. Do I have a Christmas hat to wear? I want a Santa Claus hat, and I want it immediately. So find me one in the store and buy it.
Thank you.
It's Christmas time, folks. And we're celebrating with a holiday cheat meal and with counting down the top 10 Christmas movies of all time, according to yours truly, the movie buff, Nick Cutler. What does that mean? That means that this list is the official elite of Christmas movies.
Hey, what would you like?
Well, she produced that rather quickly. Perfect! And let's discuss. We'll start with the sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle. Hi, baby. What's number 10 on the top 10 Christmas movies of all time? Well, if you know me, you know that my absolute favorite thing in the world is Christmas. If you know me, you know my second favorite thing in the world is horror movies. Number 10 combines my two favorite things in the world, Christmas and horror. So what's the number 10 Christmas movie of all time? Krampus. Might be an odd choice for some of you. The story behind Krampus is he's rather the opposite of Saint Nick. He comes and he takes, as opposed to coming and giving. When people don't appreciate the true spirit of Christmas, Krampus makes them pay for it. Plain and simple. A true horror movie, I would almost consider it a black comedy as opposed to a horror, but you're still taking scary, creepy elements and blending it in with the Christmas backdrop. Makes it absolutely amazing for me. Means it absolutely bet. Keep up with me. Should make it absolutely amazing for you too. I can't tell you the last time I had. I'm working here. I can't tell you the last time I had a McGriddle. This tastes absolutely amazing. Number 9 on the top 10 Christmas movies of all time, The Christmas Chronicles. As if it didn't already have my approval, The Christmas Chronicles is one of my daughter's favorite Christmas movies too, which means that it has earned a place in the top 10 Christmas movies of all time. Add the fact that it has Kurt Russell in it and Goldie Hawn as Mr. and Mrs. Claus. Come on, how can you not love this? Made as a Netflix movie special, it captured the hearts of the entire nation. I haven't seen one person say one bad thing about this movie. And the fact that they've already announced a sequel for this year makes it that much better. You have a brother and a sister whose father has died at a very young age, which causes one of them to naturally lose his Christmas spirit. So, having an adventure with Saint Nick on Christmas Eve helps him find his way. It's pretty much the gist of a lot of Christmas movies. But it's absolutely amazing, has a very unique feel to it. It's very, very modernized. It just came out a couple of years ago, which is also something that isn't very, very unique because most of the Christmas movies that are going to be on this list are from way back when. So the fact that this movie was good enough to earn a place among some of the greats of all time should tell you to go and check it out as soon as possible. Number 2 on my breakfast cheat meal, a bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddle. Number 8 on the top 10 Christmas movies of all time, The Grinch. This encompasses all of the Grinch movies, be it the original cartoon, which I have on Blu-ray, be it the Jim Carrey remake, which I have on DVD, or be it the new CGI Grinch that just came out a couple of years ago, which is on Netflix, so why would I buy it? All 3 of them are absolutely amazing. I've literally watched The Grinch about 150 times this year so far, because of the fact that it's my daughter's first favorite movie of all time, followed by The Christmas Chronicles. In case you live under a rock and you don't know the story behind the Grinch is, well, a Grinch who does not have Christmas spirit because his heart is 2 sizes too small. Depending on which version you're watching, whether it's the cartoon or whether it's the live action with Jim Carrey or whether it's the CGI, each one has a Grinchy. Each one has a different backdrop to what the actual story is. So, sorry. There you go. So, depending on which version you're watching, you're going to get a slightly different backstory, but it all falls down to the same thing. The Grinch decides to stick it to the Who's by stealing Christmas. Number 7, Jingle All the Way. When you take Christmas and you combine it with one of the top movie stars of the 90s and the 80s, Arnold Schwarzenegger, what you get is an absolute hilarious comedic classic with Christmas as a backdrop. Jingle All the Way capitalizes on that toy craze that we see every so often in public. You don't see it so much nowadays because of online shopping. Back in the day when your only choice was to go to the store and buy a toy, when things like Power Rangers, Cabbage Patch Dolls, new video games, etc., would come out, you would literally see flocks and flocks of people lining up at stores and being absolutely violent with each other to try to be one of the first people to be able to lay their hands on these new items. Jingle All the Way capitalizes on this craze by following the story of a father, Arnold Schwarzenegger, who's on a quest to get a Turbo Man doll for his son Jamie. The only problem is, the city that they're in and all of the surrounding areas have no more Turbo Man dolls in stock. Why is that a problem? Because he already told his wife and his son that he got the doll for him. So you get to follow Arnold Schwarzenegger's journey to try to find this doll to ensure that he doesn't disappoint his son on Christmas Day. You also throw in the fact that Sinbad is right there for comic relief, and it's absolutely hilarious throughout the entire movie. The late great Phil Hartman also adds a slight taste of comedy to the show, and Rita Wilson. Santa Claus 3, number 6. Let's discuss this with the new barbecue bacon burger from McDonald's. Oh yeah. Look, the highlight of my day is seeing my wife and daughter. And my sons later. But this is very, very close. It's delicious. Santa Claus 3 follows Tim Allen in the third of the trilogy of the Santa Claus. So yeah, the third one is with Tim Short, or Martin Short, or whatever his name is. Santa Claus 2 precedes Santa Claus 3, which is where he needs to find a Mrs. Claus. But while he's trying to do this, he also finds out that his son Charlie's on the naughty list. Obviously, number 4 is going to be the original Santa Claus. Very, very few movies can compare to the feeling that you get while watching this movie. The magic behind it, Tim Allen doing his absolute best to bring this character to life. You just can't be. I'm sorry, I'm at a loss for words. This is just. Number 3. Home Alone 2. Home Alone 2 follows the antics of Kevin McAllister, played by Macaulay Culkin, as he accidentally lands on a flight to New York instead of Florida. Only problem is, these antics are interrupted by the fact that the wet bandits have escaped prison, and where have they ended up? Well, right there in New York with Kevin McAllister. Without the protection of his own home to try to lay his booby traps, Kevin has to lure them into a situation where he can still take care of them the only way that Kevin McAllister knows how, in comedic fashion. Number 2, I'm sure you probably guessed it, the original Home Alone. This movie cannot be touched when it comes to blending the Christmas spirit and with absolute comic relief. We have Kevin McAllister being left home alone by his family after they've left for vacation into Paris. Now, throughout the entire movie, his family is trying to figure out a way to get back home to him, but Kevin is taking care of himself rather well, being the man of the house and laying the law down as he lays down plenty of booby traps to try to protect his home from the wet bandits played by Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern, who are trying to complete a neighborhood burglary spree by having this house be their coup de grace. This movie spawned 2 direct sequels, plus a direct-to-DVD release. Video games, merchandise, the Home Alone craze was huge in the 90s, and I was right there with it. It is definitely, like I said, it's the number 2 Christmas movie of all time and one of my personal favorites. I watch it every year. Number 1, the greatest Christmas movie of all time. Without a shadow of a doubt, no ifs, ands, or buts about it, The Muppets Christmas Carol. The Christmas Carol is the most classic Christmas story of all time. How do you take the story of Ebenezer Scrooge and make it the greatest Christmas movie of all time? By adding the frickin' Muppets, making them the title characters, and throwing in an actor like Michael Caine to play Ebenezer Scrooge. What you are left with... I'm sorry, what? Okay, I take him. What you are left with is the absolute greatest Christmas movie of all time. I will not accept any arguments as to... Your mom's gonna have to clean that up later. So let's do a quick countdown. Number 10, Krampus. Number 9, The Christmas Chronicles. Number 8, The Grinch. All 3 variations. Number 7, Jingle All the Way. Number 6, The Santa Claus 3. Number 5, The Santa Claus 2. Number 4, The Santa Claus. Number 3, Home Alone 2. Number 2, Home Alone. Number 1, The Muppets Christmas Carol. I know typically I'm a little bit more in spirit for these, but to be honest guys, it was a mistake to try to talk to you about this and eat this food at the same time because this food is absolutely delicious. Drop your comments in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on all forms of social media. Nick Cutler on Facebook, Cutler Coalition on Twitter, Cutler Coalition 88 on Instagram, NCUTLER8869 on Snapchat. Get all of my merchandise at ProWrestlingTees.com/Cutler Coalition. Get all of your supplementation needs at TigerFitness.com using the affiliate link located in the bio of all of my social media platforms. And until next time, stay Cutler strong.